You probably all know this. Your teacher calls one of your students up and wants them to read a section from a worksheet or a book. But when they were called up, they try everything not to read. The teacher wants him to read, so the student starts to read, or he tries to read. As he reads, he starts to stutter and doesn't understand half of what he is reading, and no one does either. So why is this the case? Why can't we read anymore? Well, let's begin that we are no longer using books as a part of our lives anymore. Instead of reading, we are behind our phones 24/7. When we stand up, we put on our phones to find out what is happening in the world. On the way to school, we are listening to music and watch the newest videos. And on the way back, we are still listening to the newest music and the newest videos. And in our free time, big surprise, we do the same. And no one even questions this, because everyone is doing the same. And in a way, I can't even understand this. I mean, the fact that the average teenager in America is spending about 6 hours of a day of using digital media is astounding. The average time that they're spending on these digital medias are used to texting, which takes 2 hours, exploring the internet, which also takes 2 hours, and, big surprise, using social media, which also takes 2 hours, as well as using their time of the day to do certain other activities. 66% of teenagers admitted that they listen to music every day. 58% admitted that they watch TV every day. 45% use social media every day. 24% admitted that they watch online videos every day, and 27% admitted that they play mobile games every day. And nearly 20% of teens reported that they read for fun every day. The only time they are really reading anymore are for homework purposes, which at itself takes about an hour to read completely. But only 44% actually said that they need to read for their homework. And all together, the reading time amounts to 21 minutes per day, and that is only for homework. While the normal Americans are spending 16 and 20 minutes a day reading for fun. US women spend around 18 minutes a day reading for pleasure, as an American man spends even less time on reading, with 13 minutes a day, while teenagers from the age 15 to 19 years are only reading for about 7 minutes a day. The only age group that apparently likes to read are those Americans that are around 65 up to 74 years old, who read 31 minutes a day, which can be seen as quite astounding. Could it be that books are now seen as the work of the devil himself? Well, it could be an explanation, but a more logical explanation is that many teens, mostly 30%, say that they enjoy reading a lot. They are just enjoying the media activities like watching TV, listening to music, playing video games and mobile games, and using the social media even more than reading, which is understandable because YouTube is a bloody great platform and got many stories and many things that makes us laugh and inform us at the same time. But for the minds of teens and kids as well as for adults, it is dangerous to be always in an on modus. Because of that, our focus splits in half, which makes a hectic day even more hectic, because we always want to check the newest video while also making sure to work. Half of the teens in the United States say they often or sometimes watch TV, which makes 51%, or use social media, which makes 50%, while doing homework as well as texting, which do 60% of the teenager, or listening to music, which 76% of teenagers do. Many say they can do all of that without a problem. But through that, they become more vulnerable by damaging the frontal cortex, which is a part of the human brain that is important for the self-control and discipline of a human. And for kids and teens, this frontal cortex isn't fully developed. And through the damage that we get thanks to phones and uncontrollable YouTube consume, we damage this even more. So this must be the answer. Social media is the answer of why we aren't reading so much books anymore. And we as human beings are not to blame. Well, this is sort of the answer. First of all, social media is just a tool. It isn't evil and it isn't good. What you do with this tool only makes you productive, lazy, good or evil. We all could have used this time where we watched funny videos to learn a new hobby, but we didn't. And why? Because we lacked the ability of self-control. We never learned it. And it didn't help that neither our parents nor our teacher helped enforcing that self-control or showed this kind of self-control, because neither parents nor teacher are willingly and openly showing that they are reading books. Think about it. Have you ever seen your parents reading in their free time a book? And I don't mean a magazine, I mean a real book, like 700 pages or like 300 pages, I don't know. And did they ever tell you how good this book was and what is actually happening in this book and how relaxing it was to read this book? Probably no. Instead, you're seeing your parents sitting before social media, checking like you their Instagram account, checking like you certain blogs, or listening like you to music when they're working. So the question is, who are there to tell us to read when they don't even read themselves? They never told us, hey, do you want to read together a cool book? Because how can we see reading as something positive if we don't even have positive memories about reading? Get them to read. The only way that kids and teens are actually interested in reading is if we support this hobby, if we make a prime example that even teachers and parents are reading. Read with them together and support them if they don't have any clue what certain words mean, and sit beside them and read together certain books and play out certain parts by voice acting certain characters to make the book even more livelier. Because in the end, books are just that, lively stories that are hidden behind simple words and are just waiting for us to discover them. I am Notebook, and that was Why Aren't We Reading Anymore? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell, as well as writing a comment and liking this video. And in the end, I believe in you, so start believing in yourself. Have a good day.